Hey everyone, it's Animal Instincts here with part 4 of our eccentric modern forest rental build / residential, whatever you'd like to use it for. Last video we finished up the teen room and the entryway, and we did some odds and ends finishing up the kitchen and the dining room. We also tackled the bar area and started on the lounge area by the pool. Now, in this video, we will be finishing up some areas around the pool. We'll be doing the master bedroom and the ensuite bath as well. And we'll be getting most of the living area done as well. So we do quite a bit in this. So right now, I'm just kind of putting down the basis for our little spa area here, which is the new hot springs that came with the mountain pack. My names always come blank when I need to think of expansion names. And I'm just adding a few other details to the pool to brighten it up a little bit. I like these little decals that they put in at the bottom because they kind of light the water up in a natural way. Almost like the sun's kind of shining down and reflecting off the water. It adds a nice feature, especially, I always go for this one when I'm doing kind of like a natural spa type relaxing pool atmosphere. But then if I'm doing a more modern one, I like using the turtle. The turtle is also very cute. So that's where we'll be putting the master bedroom, over there on that side, directly across from our teen room or double adult room. It can be used for both. I just call it a teen room because there is a lot more drastic coloring and stuff in there with the reds and the blacks. Now, on the walls here, I did download some custom content from the Sims resource, some natural pictures of landscapes and stuff, just to kind of tie in the whole forest rental on the inside area, which is meant to be like an outdoor retreat within your home. And I kind of put those up, different versions all around with just forest landscapes and the fogs to add in some more nature here. We got that little lounge area in our last video set up by the pool. There's also a meditation pillow so you can sit and listen to. There's a fountain that drops into the pool as well, so you can kind of just sit by the pool and meditate, get your wellness skill up. I always love meditating next to running water. It's very tranquil, especially in the rain. On a rainy day, open up that window and you just sit there, especially in the summer when you can smell the flowers, the dampness. It's so pretty. Except for my cat's water fountain. Oh my gosh, that thing, nothing tranquil about that thing. It gets low on water and it is just a gushing waterfall of annoyance. They probably do that on purpose. They always remember to fill it. I was just looking for the gnome that's riding the chicken here. I saw that in one of the last builds that I did, and I was like, yes, I need to have that in my house and in my every garden I put in. I thought that was so cute. I thought it just came with the Country Living pack, but it was not. It was just an updated one that was added into base game content, so it took me a while to find it. Just wanted to add a little more greenery here. I do get rid of a couple of these gardening pots. Put in a little barbecue area over by the master bedroom, just so you have a place where you can go out and work on your herbalism skill if you want to do that, or if you just want to have a little barbecue next to your pool. You see me moving around a lot. I do that so if I'm working in a room and I can't find an object that I'm looking for and I see something else that I know I want to use in a different room, I'll jump over to the other room and then come back to what I was doing before. Or if I get stumped of an area, like if I have a blank area, I'm not exactly sure what I want to put there yet, I'll move on to other sections of the house and then come back to that area with a new perspective. Kind of, okay, well, I did this in this room, so this is what I have left, and I can use that there. So I'm just finishing putting in the rest of the windows around the house. I like these black Machino windows because they kind of are open, which you'd really have, especially if it's warm and you're outside in the woods area. You'd want lots of windows open, getting fresh air into your home. And it sticks with kind of modernized style of this build as well. I suppose about the interior and stuff, there's not a lot of modern. It's mostly just the outside shell and the design of the architectural style of the house itself. That would be more of a modern take. The furnishings and stuffs are very warm, very holiday style. That's why I used most of the stuff from Island Living in the master bedroom. I love the decor that came with Island Living. It's not just beachy, but it's very vacation-y. Super relaxing, something if you just wanted like a nice feng shui flow going through your house for a relaxation area. And I also stick with the same theme when I'm doing the ensuite bath for this room as well. I didn't put any electronics in this room. I kept the computer in the teen room, and then there's the rest of electronics like TV and gaming devices are all in the main living area. I wanted this room just to be somewhere we could kind of just paint or read a book or talk, just relax. I wanted it to be very soothing. It's kind of your relaxation room, a place where mom and dad can get away from the kids for a few hours. Just take some me time. Now this is also custom content. It also came from the Sims resource. Everything you see here is from the Sims resource. If you're looking for it, you can go there. So this is where I was putting in the little library. So I find out of all the bookshelves, this one had the matching wood tones to go with the Island Living pack, the one from the Magic Pack. Did have a few shades that matched really well. Couldn't figure out what I wanted to put in that little space underneath the pictures. Oh man, I actually edited this part, but it took me forever to find those canvases that lean up against the wall. They have it in the wall category, but it's like on the floor, so I just was not thinking that the wall category was an option. So I went through every single decoration setting there was trying to find that. I swear it took me, my mind was so blank and I just wasn't seeing it. And then finally, as a last-ditch effort, I went to the decorations under the hanging wall decoration category. I was like, oh, of course, it's the last place I ever thought it would be. Because they do have other ones that are in different categories, but I was looking for this one. This one's really nice. This one's my favorite that we've gotten so far. Out of this little plant here, I know that's not something that probably you'd have inside your home normally. But it was just so pretty. It just kind of tied in the whole back to nature relaxation vibe I was going for in this room. I know a lot of times when I do builds, I really try to get into the heads of the Sims that'll be using them and kind of their decor styles and stuff. So each room has its own style, as it's for each Sim that's going to be staying in that room. So if you're wondering where my design ideas come from, that's basically where they come from. I kind of think of what Sim I'll be playing in this house, what Sim will be staying in this room, their tastes and styles. I'd actually love to have one of these little flower petal lights in my home. Those are so pretty. There's actually a few pieces in this game that I would take and have in my home. Just pull them out of the game and add them into my own house for decor. I got this picture as custom content, and I love it. There's something about it that really draws me in with the colors and the way, and the design style and stuff, but I haven't found a place for it yet in a build. It seems like a painting that would hang in kind of like an artsy style home, like for like artists. Just wanted to add something there. I was just looking a little bland. I do put in a lot of detail and clutter. I love my clutter in The Sims. I don't like having a ton of big empty spaces or empty wall spaces or an empty corner that could be filled with a plant or something pretty. I love these little wood carving. I wish we had these in a pack themselves, because I know these are pretty popular. A lot of people have them. My dad's got a few. He travels and he picks them up, hand carved wall hangings. I also have tribal type masks, which I'll be putting on another wall in this room as well. Really fit the style. So over here is I'll be putting in a fireplace, and it'll be like the fireplace reading area, so you can just kind of hang out. And then on the right side, closest to the bathroom, is where the art is. These pictures here I absolutely love. Anytime I update my game, I always do a fresh overhaul of my custom content. Very few pieces make it from update to update. I always like to start fresh. But this painting here, this set, there's 3 in the set. That's one thing that's from the beginning of Sims 4. Since it was created as custom content, it's been in every overhaul. I love that picture. I'm a very visual person. I love colors and art. I might keep these in my next update as well, which I just updated, so I will be doing a live stream soon of my reactions to all the new packs that I just got, including the high school and werewolves pack. I think there was a few kits in there as well. The last thing that I had when I'm building this house was cottage living, so I'd be getting everything after that. So I just have a little seating area here in front of the fireplace, so you can kind of curl up. And then I put also a little bit of seating in front of the bookshelf as well. It has a dual purpose there. Now, since I did use kind of a smaller, dainty love seat for the living area, I didn't want anything too overbearing for the bookcase for the reading corner. So eventually I use those little round poof stools. Just something that you can kind of plop down on as you're picking out books and stuff and seeing what you want to read. This little Buddhist sand bamboo tranquil thing I got in a bathroom set on the Sims Resource. And it's a beautiful set, and it has all the pieces for the bathroom, its own unique tub style and stuff. I don't use a lot of custom content plumbing. I find that I just mostly use decor for custom content. I like to try to use as much of in-game content as possible, staying away from a lot of custom content, just because if you want to share it or give it to people, there's a lot of work that goes in that, because you have to give credit to all the custom content people. Now, I don't mind using it in these builds and showing it off so that you have something to go look for on the Sims Resource if you like it. Eventually, I will make a list of all my custom content from the builds that I do, so if you do want to go search out those artists, you can. Or you can just leave a comment if there's a particular piece that you're looking for, if you like one of the artworks or any of the masks or any of the area rugs or decor that I use. Just let me know what room it is and what object it is, and I'll message you back and try to find out the artist for you. I have a list. I like this art easel because it doesn't take up a ton of room. It's very minimalist. So if you're just trying to set up a little art area, and it just kind of fits in nicely. I never ever used the other swatch on that picture with all the people that came from the Dine Out pack. I love using that one of all the Sims faces. I love the colors and the style of it, but I don't think I've ever used the other swatch in any build I've ever done. It's just one of those pictures. There's a few of them that are like that, have a couple different swatches, and there's a few swatches I think I've never used. One of these days I'm going to go through and find items that I've never used in any build before, and I'm just going to make a list of them and do a build with just those items. Force myself, that's going to be like trying to do myself a challenge of doing a starter home that you can move into in under 20 grand. I think it would have to be a micro home, and even then I don't know, because I love my clutter and my decor. I need area rugs and pictures and plants, and that starts racking up like once you start adding those in, you're looking at a fortune. Or if you want any kind of skill building item, 20 grand is just not a lot of, or 20 simoleons, sorry, is just not a lot of money starting out for Sims. I was playing one time where I was doing a Let's Play, and I built a giant farmhouse, and I was gonna work and try to save up for money, like not cheating. I always give in. I'm like, I'm so tired of this house. I just want to move into the one I built. That's it. Cheats, money. Cheats are just too tempting. Just type in that mother load and bam, 50,000 simoleons. Now, I do have mods for building that have bb.move objects always on, and the sentiment one for those locked items that you can only unlock and use in game, like the bookcase doors. I have those unlocked as well with a mod. It's just easier that way than typing the cheats in every time I go to build something. You almost absolutely always need bb.move objects. I always have it on for building. I don't think I could build a house without using it because the way things snap in weird places, it always leaves gaps and stuff. So I just always test everything once I'm done building. Test each item, make sure the Sims can get to it and use it. I did have to change out, when I first did this with the lighting I used initially in the bathroom, the Sims couldn't get past the lights. They were hung down too low, and because the bathrooms are on a weird angle and they're cramped, they weren't able to use the tub in one of the rooms, so I had to switch out the lights. My last stream, I do create a sim. I have a sim, and I adopt some children and some pets, and I come and test this out, and then you can see me go through and test everything that's in the last stream as well. So there'll be about 8 parts in total. There's 7 that are done like this, and then the last part is longer, and it's just the actual stream itself, where I was just finishing up some detail work and doing some testing. Now, in the other bathroom, it was a little easier because I used the shower from university and built my own kind of shower out of windows and half walls and stuff. So I could fit it in an odd corner. This one here, I wanted to use the stuff that matched the bedroom set that I was using. So I was like trying to find an angle where I could kind of put it on. ended up with this in the end. Shower just kind of tucks into the corner nicely. There was just enough room for it. And I know it looks a little weird sometimes with the tub because it's on that angle instead of on the wall, but I kind of liked putting it on that angle. And I'm looking here, it's like a basket of towels that I'm going to put in behind, so you kind of be in the bath, and then you can kind of just reach into the basket, get a face cloth or whatever you need. So I use that space, I don't just leave it empty. These natural wood mirrors that you can make that came with the outdoor retreat pack is really nice. Kind of gives it the rustic feel. Of course, there was no toilet that came with the set from Island Living, so I used this one because it had the same rough stone-like texture. But if you're using it in black, it kind of went with the rest. There's the other bathroom, so I'm just swapping out lights here. I did edit out the part where I put the other light and tested it and it didn't work. So these are the actual lights that I do go with in the end. This bathroom's a little more crisp and clean and modern, so I went with a more modern light there. A little black and white teen bedroom. And this one here was more rustic, so I went with more rustic light. Just trying to get it lined up into a place where it lights the bathroom up. And then I use these little dot lights. I do this all the time. That light's not very bright, so I just take that tiny little dot light and I put it over lapping it, and it brightens that light up, so you don't have to put multiple lights in the bathroom. So I'm able to put that basket in there. I just use, by holding down Alt, you can move things off grid, and with bb.move objects on, you can basically place things anywhere on top of each other. That's how I make all my lights as well. That's why having that cheat on is so important when you're building. It allows you to stack and layer things if you want to. I've done that with wall design items and wall hangings. I've stacked things on top of each other or around each other, which normally you can't do without that cheat, and kind of made my own creations. When I do the lights around the pool area, I make them myself out of decorations and lights that I put together. I also I use two different lights, a custom content light and an in-game light stacked on top of each other to do the lights in the living room, which you'll see later as well. Because the colors are so strong in here, and the design is strong as well, it was hard to find a piece of artwork that would kind of suit the whole decor, that would stand out but not stand out too much. Now, this artwork here came with the same Buddhist bamboo item that I used in the bedrooms that came in the bathroom set from the Sims resource. I do end up going back to it once my brain kicks in and I remember I can shrink it down to make it fit the size that I need it for. I come back and forth and change the artwork in here, I think, a couple of times, and what I will put on the walls. I do that a lot. I'll put up decor items or paintings, and then I'll move on to another room, and then I'll come back and be like, no, don't like it. This is better. I'll see it while working on another room. There's just not a lot of artwork that really goes on these dark wood walls that can stand out on its own, but also not stand out so much that it doesn't look like it's in its place. These wood things would have looked cool, but they would have blended in too much. This is another painting set. See, I really had a struggle with what I thought should go there. can't remember if this stays in there or not. The lady swimming, it's like water next to the tub, so it was kind of thought to me it'd be good bathroom art. I think I go back and change it later though, if I remember. I was really into this. A lot of times I'll put in all the furniture and some decor, and then I usually come back later to finish adding the final touches. But I was really into this bedroom and ensuite at the time I was building it. I was just kind of like something that was flowing out. That's also a custom content plant. It's really full, but it's short and small. It doesn't take up a big footprint, which I like, so it's good for those tight areas. I don't use a lot of custom content plants either. There's only like 2 or 3 that I have that I actually use. I got that little toiletry set that came with a toilet brush and a new toilet paper roll, and I put those in all my builds now just because we don't have much detailed decor for our bathrooms. We've had the same toilet paper holder for a gazillion years since the game came out. There's no like plunger or toilet paper brush for cleaning the toilet. Like none of the little things that a normal bathroom would have. Now this was square, so I used my Alt key and the BB moves object cheat to tuck this into the wall. So I just kind of look, so I tuck it in just enough so it doesn't poke through on the other sides. So it almost looks built in, and it kind of fits in there snugly. So that's another thing that's really good about the move objects cheat is you can intersect through walls. So if you just want to tuck a corner of something in, because the walls are pretty thick and you can tuck things in quite a bit before they start poking through on the other side, which is nice. So if you have those weird angles, you can kind of make things fit. The same way what you do if you're trying to make the kitchen counters fit in a round room. You'd have to intersect them over top of each other. You'd need the move objects cheat for that as well. I just really wasn't happy with the decal in this room. I go back and forth about it a few times, like about that picture, just because it's so white. Like it fits, but it doesn't fit. And here I go, get rid of it, yeah. And then I'm undecided, and then, yeah. Those little bathroom shelves, I think they came in with Tiny Living that have like this scrubby brush for the shower and stuff like that. I like the little shelves that come with all the clutter already on them. Those are a nice little thing to add in. So it kept the living room's very different from the rest of the house. It's really like I use a lot of pastel-y colors and a mixture of pastel and natural tones. But I wanted it to really be kind of like the party area where you could hang out, have fun, listen to music, watch movies, play games, on those rainy days when you can't go outside. I know I haven't put anything in here yet, but all my houses come pet friendly. Usually there's always pet dishes somewhere and stuff for dogs or cats. I like to try to make them as universal. I always have animals in all my games. I have animals at home. I couldn't imagine living without them, so I don't want my Sims to have to live without them either. I have a sleeping issue, so I get real tired sometimes. That's why I have a hard time lining things up. My eyes just start to blur on me as the exhaustion sets in. a giant space, so these sectional couches were just perfect for this area. They take up lots of room to fill the space up. It's the same size as the kitchen space, but for some reason I just felt like I had so much more space here to fill than the kitchen. It's a lot wider than the kitchen area, that's probably why. I love these area rugs, the fur ones. Hopefully we get some actual ones in-game itself. But right now I'm using custom content ones. This build took a long time, but I really had fun with it. I find sometimes the giant builds are kind of a big challenge for getting it furnished and decorated. Having a space for everything. And then I always get crazy when I build these ones. I'm like, well, if we have room for this, we definitely have room for that. I'm surprised that there's not a basement with a full bowling alley down there. I did a build for a friend, and he's the opposite of me. He likes small, little, tiny, manageable houses for like one sim. So it's always a challenge when I do builds for him. It's always pushes me out of my zone. When I build houses for myself, I'm like, I want them as big as possible with everything in the game in the house. I do switch these out. I love these curtains. I did want to throw them in somewhere. Eventually I do move them over to the kids' bedrooms and change out to just regular curtains in the living room. But those are the cutest curtains. I love those. So you just use your bracket keys to make things bigger or smaller in the game, if you guys are wondering how I'm doing that. So you just choose your item and then use your one bracket for raising and one for lowering. Or sorry, for making big or smaller. I use the different textures here too as well. The quilted one I did with the pink, and then this one here I changed into the smoother textures for the TV area. Put those speakers up, those are nice. It kind of looks like a surround sound system for the TV. Now these are the two lights that I use. So I put the first one down and then I put these little cone lights over top. And then you'll see when I tilt my camera, it just looks like it changes the whole aspect of the light. That's what I was talking about, layering items to make new objects. I always play around with different objects to see which ones you can stack and layer and combine to make kind of new works of art. I do it mostly with the lights. I do it a lot with the lights. This is another custom content art that comes with me through every update, where I said I have a couple pieces. There's a few area rugs, a few pieces of artwork that come with me on every haul. I always make sure, because I always pull out all my mods and custom content when I update my games. I start fresh for the most part because there's just so much coming out. There's no way you'd have enough space to have it all in there and have your game still run smoothly unless you had a really expensive, high-powered computer. There's a little tower for the kids, i.e. cats. Nice little fish tank, so if you catch some neat fish out while you're camping, you can keep them alive or throw them on the barbecue. Just putting in the rest of the doors there to the new bathrooms. These are the two main bathrooms, so they're kind of for everybody. They're also all the bathrooms have multiple doors, so you can get through them through the bedrooms or the main areas. Just more, if I was gonna have bathrooms that intersect, I'd want doors so you could kind of just walk through if you wanted to. Karaoke, because obviously karaoke is the funnest thing to do when you're away. That's a little custom content pet house for cats. Small dogs, I think, can use those as well. Both cats and dogs can use this little bed as well. We don't have a lot for pet beds. They don't come out in any other packs. We had what came out in the 2 pet packs, and that was it. And they haven't done anything else really much with pets. So it's nice to be able to find some custom content items. Eventually you just get tired if you do a lot of building and you use the same stuff over and over and over again. And they have the craziest stuff for pets now too. There was like a cat tower that was the Rapunzel tower in the new Tangled movie by Disney. There was like a replica of that. Like, there's some crazy stuff you can get for animals. Like to see more of that in the game, especially with the cat trees and the dog houses. Like, if you look online, people have made some amazing creations for animals, and you don't get any of that in game. So I'm hoping that I think they should at least, like, especially with the werewolf pack and stuff, they could have came out with a few items for dogs as well. I mean, it kind of goes together a little bit. So here I was just trying to figure out where I was headed to next after the living area. I know the living area is not done. But I kind of just reached, like, I don't know what else I want to put in here kind of moment. So I always move on to the next room when I get there. So this here is our toddler bedroom. It can sleep 2 toddlers. There's 2 toddler beds in here. And with the kind of outdoorsy grass kitty type. And I was trying to make it neutral, so it could be for boys or girls. I love having fun with the kids' rooms because, you can kind of just do whatever in a kid's room as long as it's got lots of colors and things for them to look at. And I do like bright colors and stuff, so it's kind of nice to just play around with the kids' rooms. Toddler's room is a little more natural colors, lots of greens and reds and browns and earthy tones, stuff like that. It's connected to the relaxation bedroom next to the master bedroom as well, so I wanted to keep it going there. Now the children's room, which has 2 beds in it as well for kids, it's next to the teen room. I did that one in a lot more bright, fun colors. It turned out to be a very fun room. So here I decided I wanted to use the cat curtains in here. So I will go and replace the other ones in the living room. I didn't want to use the same curtains in the kids' room and the living room. And these ones kind of just suited the window area there perfectly. So I'm just using my Alt key to try to line these up with the windows more properly. You can't always do it. Sometimes you just gotta go wherever they click. It's like really hard to get them to go off the grid, even with Alt. They kind of snap all over the place. Sometimes you can, depending on, like I said, the area and the window itself. I didn't know what I wanted to do here. I really struggled with these wall coverings. A lot of the curtains were just too long, too wide, too narrow. There wasn't much that fit them perfectly. Probably could have edited some of this disaster trying to find something that fits. I think I end up going with the same ones that I used in the parents' bedroom eventually, just because the only things that would fit in the window itself. There I am moving my head around because, you know, that's always what you do when you put something down. You're trying to see if it looks right. You like look at different angles. I might come back and change that again. I can't remember. It does go through a few transitions, though. So all these rugs are from the same person. You can see the PS next to them. That's the initials of their names. From the Sims resource. I love these fun little kid rugs. So that's pretty much the end of this part here. We'll be back with part 5 shortly, where we finish the kids' room and we will start working on the main bathrooms and the gym area as well. So I'll have that out as soon as I can. And then we're almost done. There'll be 8 parts altogether. So this is 4. 5 will be coming out shortly. And then we'll finish up. And I do actually have another speed build video that's a lot shorter than this. This one was just really long because of how huge it was. Normally they aren't going to be like 10 parts. It'll be 1 or 2 parts. I don't do them as fast as other people because I like to be able to show people what I'm doing and how I'm placing things, especially for people who are trying to learn how to build and for technique. Sometimes the speed builds I watch on YouTube are so fast you can't really tell what they're doing. I didn't want that. But let me know if you don't like the long videos and you want them shorter. I can speed them up more. Feel free to leave me some comments, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye!